Your colon is supposed to clean itself every single day. So why are you still dealing with constipation, bloating, and that uncomfortable backed up feeling? Here's what most people don't realize. Those expensive colon cleanses and detox kits, they're working against your body's natural design. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you could change everything. Look, if you're over 60 and you're not having at least one complete bowel movement every day, your colon isn't cleaning itself the way it should. And that's not just uncomfortable. It means waste, toxins, and inflammatory compounds are sitting in your system longer than they should be. You wake up feeling bloated. Your energy crashes by mid-afternoon. After meals, you feel sluggish and heavy. And you're wondering why nothing seems to work anymore. Well, there's a reason for that. And more importantly, there's a solution that doesn't involve laxatives or expensive supplements. Now, this becomes especially important as we get older. After 60, your digestive system naturally slows down. Your gut produces fewer enzymes. The beneficial bacteria in your intestines start to decline. But here's the good news. When you give your body the right foods, it still knows exactly what to do. Now, before we go any further, I want to be clear about something. This is educational information based on research and clinical evidence. If you're currently on medications or you have specific health conditions, always talk to your doctor before making dietary changes. We good? Okay, let's continue. I'm Dr. David Collins, and for over 25 years, I've specialized in helping people solve digestive issues using natural, food-based approaches. And what I've learned is this: the most powerful colon cleanse isn't something you buy in a bottle. It's sitting right in your kitchen. Here's what we're going to cover. I'm going to show you 5 specific foods that work with your body's natural design to clean your colon every single day. Some of these might surprise you. One of them is probably in your fruit bowl right now. And one of them, well, it's actually something you need to stop eating. Now pay attention to this next part, because understanding how this works will completely change the way you think about digestion. Think of your colon like a hallway in your home. Every day, waste needs to be swept out completely. When that happens naturally, everything works. But when waste starts accumulating, that's when problems begin. Inflammation, discomfort, toxin buildup, low energy. The foods I'm about to share with you do 3 critical things. First, they trap waste material and move it through your system. Second, they feed the beneficial bacteria that keep your gut healthy. And third, they support the natural muscle contractions that push everything through. So let's start with the first food. And this is where it gets interesting. Red apples. Not green ones, red. And here's why this matters. Red apples contain a special type of fiber called pectin. Now, pectin is what's called a prebiotic fiber. That means it doesn't feed you. It feeds the beneficial bacteria living in your gut. And those bacteria? They're the ones doing the heavy lifting when it comes to keeping your colon clean. Research shows that when your gut bacteria get the right kind of fiber, they produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids. These compounds do something remarkable. They actually improve the muscle contractions in your intestines, which means waste moves through more efficiently. And here's what I've seen clinically over the years. People who eat 1 red apple a day, especially in the morning, tend to have more regular bowel movements. It's not dramatic. It's not forced. It's just natural. Now, this makes a bigger difference than you'd think. You can also get some of this benefit from apple cider vinegar, but the whole apple gives you the fiber component, which is what we're really after here. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed that you're not having daily bowel movements like you used to? Comment yes below if that's something you've been dealing with. I read every single comment, and I want to know if this is affecting you. The second food is flax seeds. And these little seeds pack a serious punch when it comes to gut health. Flax seeds contain something called ALA, that's alpha-linolenic acid. It's an omega-3 fatty acid that has powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Now, why does that matter for your colon? When your gut is inflamed, everything slows down. Constipation gets worse. You feel bloated and uncomfortable. But when you reduce that inflammation, your intestines can function the way they're designed to. Studies on people with irritable bowel syndrome and even Crohn's disease have shown that flax seeds help regulate bowel movements, whether you're dealing with constipation or diarrhea. It helps normalize everything. Now, you can eat them whole or ground. I usually recommend grinding them fresh in a coffee grinder because it makes the nutrients more available. Start with 1 tablespoon a day. You can sprinkle them on oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or add them to a smoothie. Now, remember when I said one of these would surprise you? This next one is probably not on your radar, but it should be. Papaya. And here's why this tropical fruit is so effective for colon health. Papaya contains a natural enzyme called papain. This enzyme breaks down proteins in your digestive system, which means your body can actually digest food more completely. Now, here's what most people don't realize. When protein isn't digested properly, it can sit in your intestines and putrefy. That causes gas, bloating, and constipation. But when you give your body the enzymes it needs, food moves through smoothly. Research has shown that papaya helps with constipation, bloating, gas, and even more serious conditions like IBS and heartburn. There have been double-blind studies on this. This isn't folk medicine, this is documented science. In fact, papaya is used commercially as a digestive aid. It's that effective, but instead of taking it as a supplement, you can just eat the fruit. Half a papaya a few times a week can make a noticeable difference. Now, everything I just explained about these foods, there's one factor that changes all of it. And this is the part that most people over 60 completely miss. Stay with me here, because this is important. You can eat all the right foods, but if your digestive system isn't producing the right enzymes and your gut motility is slow, you're still going to struggle. That's where the next food comes in. And it's been used for decades to help people get off laxatives completely. Oatmeal, specifically oat bran. And the reason this works so well has to do with a specific type of fiber. Oat bran is loaded with soluble fiber. That's the type of fiber that absorbs water and forms a gel-like substance in your intestines. This does two things. First, it adds bulk to your stool, which makes it easier to pass. Second, it stimulates something called peristalsis. Peristalsis is the wave-like muscle contraction that pushes waste through your colon. When that slows down, everything backs up. But soluble fiber naturally stimulates those contractions. There was a study done on elderly patients in nursing homes who were dependent on laxatives. They added oat bran to their daily diet for 12 weeks. At the end of the study, 59% of them were able to stop using laxatives completely. Think about that. More than half were able to get their natural bowel function back just by eating oat bran every day. Now, you don't need a lot. A half cup of cooked oatmeal or oat bran in the morning gives you about 4 grams of soluble fiber. Do that daily, and you'll start noticing changes within a week or two. So let me ask you, which of these foods have you tried? Comment with the number. 1 for red apples, 2 for flax seeds, 3 for papaya, or 4 for oatmeal. I'm curious to see what's already working for some of you. Now, this last one is different. Because it's not something you need to add, it's something you need to remove. Wheat. Specifically, the gluten in wheat. And before you think this is just another gluten-free trend, hear me out on this. Gluten is a protein that's very difficult for the human digestive system to break down. Even if you don't have celiac disease, gluten can cause inflammation in your gut lining. And when your gut is inflamed, digestion slows down. But here's the part nobody talks about. Gluten interferes with thyroid function. And your thyroid controls the speed of your metabolism, including how fast waste moves through your intestines. This is one of those connections that mainstream medicine often overlooks. People come in with constipation, sluggish digestion, low energy, and nobody's checking their thyroid or looking at their gluten intake. When you reduce or eliminate wheat from your diet, 2 things happen. First, gut inflammation goes down. Second, thyroid function improves. And when your thyroid works better, your bowels move better. Now, I'm not saying you have to go 100% gluten-free overnight, but try reducing your wheat intake for 2 weeks. Replace bread and pasta with rice, potatoes, or other whole grains like quinoa. See how you feel. Pay attention to your bowel movements. Most people notice a significant difference within 7 to 10 days. So let's tie this all together. Your colon is designed to clean itself every day through normal bowel movements. But it needs the right support. Red apples feed your beneficial gut bacteria. Flax seeds reduce inflammation. Papaya provides digestive enzymes. Oatmeal stimulates natural intestinal contractions. And reducing wheat lowers inflammation and supports thyroid function. These aren't quick fixes. They're not magic pills. They're foods that work with your body's natural design to restore healthy, regular bowel function. So there you have it. 5 foods that can help clean your colon naturally. Now, before I let you go, there's one more thing I need to tell you. And honestly, this might be the most important part. None of this works if you're chronically dehydrated. Water is what allows fiber to do its job. Without adequate hydration, fiber just sits in your intestines and makes constipation worse. I've seen people do everything right with their diet and still struggle because they're not drinking enough water. Here's the baseline. At least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. Not coffee, not tea, water. If you're eating high-fiber foods like oatmeal and flax seeds, you need even more. Without proper hydration, all of these foods I just mentioned will do more harm than good. So if you take away nothing else from this video, remember this. Fiber plus water equals healthy bowel movements. Imagine 6 months from now. You're waking up without that uncomfortable bloated feeling. You're having regular, complete bowel movements every day. Your energy is better. Your mood is better. You feel lighter, clearer, more like yourself. That's not wishful thinking. That's what happens when you give your body the tools it needs to do what it's already designed to do. You have more control over this than you might think. So here's what to remember. 1. Your body cleanses your colon naturally through daily bowel movements. 2. The right foods support that process without forcing it. 3. Red apples, flax seeds, papaya, and oatmeal all work in different ways to keep things moving. 4. Reducing wheat can make a significant difference. And 5. None of it works without adequate water. If you found this information helpful and you want to see more videos like this, just click the subscribe button below. It's completely free, and you'll get notified when I post new information that can help you feel better. And if this was useful to you, a thumbs up helps other people find this video too. That way, more people who need this information can actually see it. Now, if you want to learn more about supporting your thyroid naturally, because remember, that controls your metabolism and digestion, I made this video that explains exactly how to do that. Just click right here to watch it next. I think you'll find it really helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.